Buenos dias. I'll give my talk in English if that's okay. And can we get it queued up, please? All right, perfect, thank you. Well, first of all, I want to thank the organizers for giving me the chance to talk to you about the fairly interesting HS zone that is currently being mined at Marlin Gold's La Trinidad deposit. And as Jorge said, my name is Matthew Gray. I'm with Resource Geosciences, and we are providing technical support to Marlin Gold on their projects. And that's why I know just a little bit about the HS zone. I wasn't there for the discovery, but I'm going to tell you how it was found based on information straight from the source. I think it's a fairly interesting story. Everything I'm going to tell you, the numbers are factually true, and of course, I'm going to tell you my belief of the geology as I really feel it is, but this is the standard disclaimer. You know, exploration, geosciences, it's an uncertain thing, so take it all with a grain of salt and don't bet the farm on anything you hear in this talk. And at the end of this talk, I hope I will have convinced you that the HS zone is a very interesting, poorly understood, high-grade mineralized zone that really would not have been predicted based on anything you see at surface or in the old El Dorado pit. And the discovery, you know, it was a result of systematic exploration of a system where people recognized it hadn't been tested to its limits. And it required some fairly interesting and innovative drilling and sampling techniques that are worth a mention. And I think it's really important here to note that the discovery was a result of a willingness to test concepts, not just geochemical anomalies. And to me, the discovery demonstrates what, you know, should be a commonly accepted truth whenever you go into a mineralized district. There is no geologic reason that the best part of the system, that the most mineralized part of the system is exposed at surface. And finally, I also want to point out that there's still, I think, future discoveries yet to come out of the La Trinidad district. So, what is the HS zone? Now, geologically, it's pretty clear. It's a high-grade gold mineralized breccia. The origin of the breccia is still a bit uncertain. It's a distinct ore body than that was mined by El Dorado in the 1990s. It exhibits multi-stage mineralization and brecciation. The host rock is in part, it looks to be an intrusive breccia, phreatomagmatic breccia. In places, it's even been hypothesized it could be a mineralized debris flow, but it's all been overprinted by a hydrothermal breccia. Economically, the answer is much more clear. The HS zone is what makes the modern La Trinidad mine, and that's because it has very high-grade gold. It has exceptional leach characteristics. Despite being very high grade, the gold leaches very rapidly with very high recoveries, so it's a cash cow for the mine. Now, just a quick summary of the exploration history of the project from modern times. The core claims in 1982 were acquired by Porfirio Tirado Beltran, a local gentleman who had some small-scale production going from the project. 1994 to 1988, John Larson may in fact have been there when Cobre de Hercules was drilling the property. They picked it up and did some drilling. And then in 1992, Almaden picked up the property and increased the land package. And the following year, they optioned the property to El Dorado Gold. And for the next 5 years, El Dorado, who eventually acquired the property from Almaden, defined about 175,000 ounce shallow resource at the Taunus pit, and they commenced production from the Taunus pit. And production went on until 1998, and they had massive flooding associated with a hurricane hitting the coast, flooded the pit wall collapsed, gold price had dropped to $294, so El Dorado did not reopen the mine, and the mine stayed closed and abandoned after producing about 52,000 ounces of gold. In 2005, Oro Gold Resources was founded by a couple ex-Placer Dome geologists, Darren Berry and Eric Grill, and in 2006, they acquired the core claims and staked additional ground around the old Taunus pit. And then in 2007, they began diamond drilling to test the project.